tell us about the Palm Springs International Film Festival. You attended a bunch of screenings,
Mhm.
and I think you went to a party or two. What was it like in Palm Springs this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say it's pretty much like every other year. The thing international is the big key in terms of this film festival. I would say 80% of the movies are foreign films. The rest, let's be real, they're basically the big Hollywood Oscar nominees because we're so close to the Critics' Choice and the Golden Globes that it's excuse to bring all the Hollywood celebrities to Palm Springs and then, and then let them go off and do their award stuff. Um, but yeah, saw quite a lot of films here. I'll go through them fast because not, only a few of them I think you'd find interesting.
Hmm.
For example, the first movie I saw at the Palm Springs International Film Festival was called On the Sea. And what I like to do at film festivals is I don't like to go in with much of a plan. And so when I arrived Friday afternoon, there was basically only one movie I could see before the opening night film, and that was On the Sea. It takes place in Ireland. It's the story of Jack, who is a mussel farmer. He farms mussels on the shores of Ireland. His business is kind of waning. He got injured, or he got cancer, which forced his brother to kind of take over. And his brother kind of resents the fact that now he's showing up again, and his own son won't show up. And then he gets a letter from one of his number one customers saying that they're going to go with a different company. And so now they're kind of scrambling as to what they're going to do. And the suggestion is, well, instead of just going to the shore and getting mussels, maybe we need to get a boat and go out and pull the net out and get a wider variety of product. And helping him out with that is Daniel, who's a young man who has a boat, knows how to do it. He shows him the ropes. And after a day of kind of going up and learning how to do things, they go to the pub, and Daniel is kind of picked on by others. And Jack stands up for him, but gets punched for his troubles. And and so the two of them goes back to Daniel's trailer, and then they start making out,
Okay.
like making out. I mean, was it Jack? He's the bottom, and no, he's the top. I'm sorry, he's the top, and and I'm like, oh my god, which explains why when I got into theater, I was surrounded by gay men, and apparently I walked into the gay film of the day, and so there you go. My biggest issue is if I don't see it coming from a mile away, you're not telling the right story. Because if it's like, oh my god, they're making out, is my response, then they're not
Well,
really setting things up very well.
honestly, if you know anything about Palm Springs, big gay community in Palm Springs.
Yes, yes, big gay and senior community. Yesterday I saw a documentary called Runa Simei. It takes place in Cusco, Peru. The subject is Fernando Valencia, and his goal. He's from Peru. He is of the indigenous culture. They speak the Quechua language, and his goal is to basically get the rights to dub the Lion King into the Quechua language. And it's kind of his journey. One is getting people in the community to go out and do the dubbing for him, but the big thing is trying to get a hold of Disney to get permission to do this. And he even has a chance to talk to one of the directors of the Lion King, and everyone basically tells him, look, Disney owns it, and Disney can do whatever they want with it, and you can wish and beg and plead, but if Disney doesn't want to do it, you're not going to be able to do it. But it's kind of his story about his love of movies and his love of bringing movies to his people, to the indigenous people at that time. Let's see. Also, I saw last night, I Swear, is a movie about I Swear is probably one of the funniest movies I've seen in a very long time. And then about a third of the way through, I realized, oh, it's not a comedy. It's a drama about a kid with Tourette syndrome. And so the movie is basically it's a dramatic piece about John Davison, who from the age of 12 developed Tourette syndrome, and the bullying, the false imprisonments, because police don't exactly take kindly to people with Tourette's at that time, and how he just kind of brings awareness to the syndrome, and that's what that movie is. Um, and I'll end on Bert. Here's a piece of advice for you all. If you see me at your film festival and you have a film, come up to me and say, "Hey, you should see my film," and I will probably go and see your film. And that's what happened with Bert. I was getting my press credentials, ran into the director and star of Bert, and they go, "Hey, big fan of Film Threat, and come see my film." And I go, "Which one is it?" He says, "Bert," and I remember seeing it on the tip sheet. I go, "Okay, I'll go see it." And Bert is this just a sweet indie film. I believe is made under $7,000. And
Jeez.
the director Joe Burke and the star Oliver Cooper met this man Bert, who is basically a busker in Los Angeles. He's got Parkinson's disease, but he plays the guitar. He writes his own music. He performs at restaurants here and there. And the two had developed a relationship with him. And they decided to make a movie about him. So the movie stars Bert, and he is, as I just said, he's a musician, and Oliver plays his son that Bert didn't know he had. I guess Bert had a relationship with his mother. He was born, didn't know anything about it, and he came back, and he's got ulterior motives to Bert, because he learned before meeting him that he had a large sum of money, and he and a friend of his want to get a hold of that money. And so that's that movie. That one comes out in February. So I told Joe that contact us and we'll talk about his movie when it comes out.
It's great, Alan. I think the best movie was Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
I know. I was kind of hoping you'd lead to that.